I'm David Anderson, your instructor for CIS 1, and this is the second video, a little bit shorter than the first one for week 1. Basically, it's going to talk a little bit about some of the functions on Blackboard and the syllabus. Okay. Things we're going to talk about today include where is the syllabus, how do you find it, because it's really hard for you to discuss what's on if you can't find out where it is. What's on the syllabus? Okay, just what everything on there means. Talk a little bit about some of the other tools in Blackboard, where the announcements are and what they do, where the assignments are and what they do, and where discussion board and what it does, and the mail. And I want to stress mail, not email. If you go to email, it's a little confusing, and at best it will take you to the mail function. So go straight to the mail function. When we talk about the syllabus and where it is, I will attach it in email and send it to everybody, but also, okay, anytime you want, and sometimes emails get misplaced or wind up in the junk file or whatever, you can also find the syllabus by going to Blackboard, going to the class on Blackboard, CIS 101, go to Course Content, okay, click on Course Content, which you will see up here, and you will see the class syllabus clearly specified there, along with all the other course material. Okay, the in-course content, the class syllabus will have either a leftward pointing arrow like this over here. When you put a mouse over here, it'll pop up, or a downward pointing arrow. If it's left, if you will point, if a complete syllabus isn't showing like this, the long version, if you will, or the detailed version, just click over here. And the detailed version, where it essentially drops down and everything appears on it, will show. You can also simply go over here and download it as many times as you want. It's not going anywhere. And well, having said that, we'll now talk about what you can expect to find on the syllabus. On page 1 of your syllabus, you're going to find administrative information, such as the college you're in, which I'm sure we all know, the course, exactly what it is, as well as, and not just the course and section number, but the IAI equivalent of it, which means that it will by law transfer to any public school in Illinois and quite a few of the private ones. So the number of credits, the time it's expected to be held, and you will find me in Blackboard at this time on Monday and Wednesday, for example. But also you can get the assignments done anytime during the week. You can send me an email anytime during the week. Now, reality check. If you send me an email Monday night, Tuesday night, 11:59, I'm probably not going to respond right away. My goal is to respond to emails within 24 to 48 hours, just the way it is. The nice thing is I will get it and I will be able to respond to it. It helps when you're sending me an email to be as specific as possible. If you send me an email saying, I don't understand, there's not really much that I can do with that. If you send me an email saying, I'm having trouble finding the material, I click on course content, is not there, or I'm not quite sure where course content is, or where do I find the instructions for the labs, some specificity is helpful. Just a vague, I don't understand. There's not much I can do with that. This is not, unfortunately, going to be a traditional class setting where you can be in the classroom during lab and raise your hand. I'll go over there and say, hey, I don't get it. And I say, okay, let's take a look at what's going on. We don't have that option in this remote version. The textbook is listed, and I'd like to stress that while you can use the 16th edition, I'm not going to lie, I have no money in this. Older editions are often going to be less expensive, just as available, if not available, and they are, for all intents and purposes, same information. The reason that they change the edition as frequently as they can, it allows them to publish it as a new book, and as a new book they can charge more money for it. And there are people who say, oh, I got to have a new one. Okay, I don't want to use one. A used one in this case is going to be perfectly fine. Also, there is a textbook, Skills for Success with Office 2016. You want to get the comprehensive edition, not the intro or the brief edition. Every semester, a couple of people, and you don't have to buy it, you just have to have access to it, wind up getting a really good deal somewhere on Skills for Success, and they find themselves with the intro or the brief edition, or They didn't get the Office 2016 volume. They got Office Excel or Office Word or Office PowerPoint, which is just a small portion of what we're working on, because we will work on all of those. The administrative information includes the class prerequisites, and for CIS 101 there really are none. The fact that we will be doing this remotely on Blackboard, and the supporting text website. You can go there and you can look up supporting materials for the text, although you're going to find the files and everything are parked in course content here on Blackboard for you. So a little heads up, you don't need to own a computer, but you need to have access to one. And every semester I get people that try to do this on their smartphone. It doesn't work. Or they'll try to get it done on their iPad or their Mac, and it I've yet to have anybody do it successfully. There are enough differences, and and I'm not an expert on the Mac system. There are enough differences that will cause you problems, and that is your responsibility. So you can try doing it on any other computing device you want to, but when I'm grading the material, I'm grading with the expectation you're doing it on a Mac, and that's I'm looking for those materials. And if you can't do something because you just can't figure out how it's done on a smartphone or on an iPad or a Macintosh computer, that is your responsibility. That is on you. Okay. PCs are available if you need them, and administrative information also includes a course description, okay, right out of the catalog, and the course outcomes, again, right out of the catalog. Page 2 of the syllabus is basically, and it's not etched in stone, I'll stress that, but is the guideline, if you will, the schedule of what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. You can see here, if you go to week 1 of the syllabus, we're going to basically, and this is all week long, we're going to be looking at chapter 1 from the textbook, which I realize you might not have yet, okay? And we're going to be working on an email project and an etiquette project that are due by the end of the week, and if you don't have them in by the end of the week, and this is not normal for the entire semester, but it's normal for the first couple of weeks, if you turn them in late, there's no harm, no foul. There won't be any late penalties assessed. And then week 2 gives you a quick rundown of what we're doing. And bear in mind that there are significant events like no classes on Monday, September 7th. Just a little heads up there. You can certainly work on there, but you won't find me here on September 7th. I certainly will be here on September 8th, catching up on stuff. Your graduation petition deadlines, the last day to drop with a W, the fact that Thanksgiving is coming up, and I'd like to really stress to everybody, you don't want to wait till just a few weeks before the end of the semester to try to get stuff done. Page 3 of the syllabus talks a little bit about the communication and interactivity expectations for the class, including the fact that you are expected to attend class because this is a remote class. If you are not in class, if you are not in class, no harm, no foul. Anytime Monday through Friday, I want to stress Friday, that you happen to post something in discussion board, that counts as your attendance for that week. That's all you, and then respond to one other student, and then you're fine. You're expected to obtain a Triton College email account, not Hotmail, not Gmail, not Yahoo, not att.net, but a Triton College email account. Okay, and manners count, especially on the internet where we can't often see each other's face, and we're only going by what we can read. And there's a very nice article on etiquette. It's actually an assignment for you in this first week. Niceness is important, not just personally but professionally as well. A little bit of a blurb about assignments and what we're looking for, and how to assign, how they will be accepted. Basically, if at all possible, submit them through the Blackboard submissions and assignments. If for some reason that's not working, you're having trouble with it, and stuff like that happens, and it could be your browser, it could be something else, you can always attach it to go to the mail in Blackboard, attach it to to an email, send it to me that way. If that's not working either, you can attach it to an email and send it to my triton.edu email account, but it's going to be in there with a bunch of other emails from a lot of other things, and I could slow down my ability to respond, act on it and get back to you. Note that except for the first couple of weeks, when you turn in assignments late, you the possibility that you're going to lose a little bit off the grade just because it's really late. Every semester there are some people that turn in some of the early assignments way late in the semester, and then they're surprised when, it's an A paper, but they're going to get a C in it because it's just way late, and they don't have a good reason for why it was so late. Save all your materials, okay, on your flash drive or whatever. I would strongly urge you to have a flash drive. In fact, I would strongly urge everybody to have 2 flash drives, a primary, and then copy everything over to the backup, because if something happens to it, that's all your material. You don't need to do that. And we're also, the grading policy and scale, how to get an A, how to get a B, how to get a C. And basically, I'm going to grade this stuff based on past track record. I'm going to grade this stuff fairly quickly, and you're going to see how you're doing. You really shouldn't have to email me towards the end of the semester and ask, how, am I getting an A, am I getting a B, or whatever. One, I won't know exactly until all the assignments are in, and 2, you can see for yourself, are your assignments, getting A's, are they getting B's, or whatever. And then, of course, we're going to average everything out at the end of the semester, and that will be your grade. In every semester, there's a couple of people that haven't turned a bunch of stuff in. Now, out of 530 points, they will have 100 or 200 points total, and then they are surprised that they're getting an F. And it's like, you have to know that you haven't even turned in most of the stuff you could turn in. Why would you be surprised? But they are, or they appear to be. Extra credit is available. I really want to stress that the attendance policy is check-in is based on posting in discussion board. Check in every, sometime during the week and post something in discussion board, and that counts as your attendance for the week. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be there. If you're running into problems getting your textbook, there's very little that you can't simply, the chapter topic, if you were to Google it, you can come up with, some fairly decent information. You can see what the other students are posting in discussion and say, okay, I'll Google that particular topic and I'll post on that as well. And honestly, you'll be fine. Class withdrawal policy, you can withdraw yourself, or I will withdraw you if you've never checked in, or you've checked in once and you're just not checking in again. If I haven't seen you for 3-4 weeks, I'm going to withdraw you. I'm assuming that something's come up. You're just not going to be able to succeed at that point. And academic honesty is a fact, applied. You can certainly help each other, and I encourage you to help each other. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want you helping, basically standing over each other's shoulder when you're doing like the midterm exam or the final exam, which will be online, and giving each other the answers. That is not cool. Same with quizzes. During the quizzes, you are expected to be doing your own work. Okay, and find out you are not doing your own work, or it's apparent that your work is not your own work, you'll get an F, and you may be dropped from the class. And finally, on page 5, a quick blurb on disability and academic accommodation, and again, reiterate the graduation petition deadline. And also, I'm available for either email or during class hours. I will be logged into the class for any other questions you have. Also, in Blackboard, if you have any questions about what's going on that week, every week I will try to post what's going on, what you're expected to do. And you can go into Blackboard and click on announcements, and you'll see something like this. It will show you the latest announcements. Notice this one's not available. You would not see this until I make it available. And as I make them available, they'll pop up, and they'll also should be emailed to you so you can see, what's going on, what's expected, and again, you should be receiving them as emails as well. Next thing up in Blackboard is the assignments board. You click on this, and it'll pop up as assignments here, and this is where you can look at what's expected for assignments, and you can do them, every week, and often you can do them ahead. You can't do the midterm exam before the week of the midterm exam, but like assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, assignment 4, they're all related to the same topics in office. You can do, if you want to work ahead, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to work ahead as a group, There is nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly okay. Discussion board. If you click on over here on the left-hand side on the discussion board menu, it'll pop up, and you can see what we're discussing that week. For example, week 1 discussion, which will be available tomorrow. You can either post introduction to yourself, including some true and not true facts, or, and you can't see it down here because we have a screen limitation, you would be able to post something on chapter 1, which I realize you may not have. Posting an introduction yourself is fine. Using this first week to kind of figure out how things work, become familiar with the Blackboard system is highly encouraged. That's why and I don't mean discussion. Discussion is due every week, but your assignments don't get turned in until next week. No harm, no foul, no late penalty. And then mail. I want to stress that if I were you, I'd stay away from email. But mail, it will take you into the mail, so you can compose and compose emails, send them to me, or return them. I'll know exactly who they're from, and I will be again logged into the class during the course hours, and I'll be checking it routinely throughout the week so that I can respond to you. Okay. If you have any questions on what I just talked about, this video is going to be up there. You can play it as many times as you want to. I'm going to post it on YouTube as well. Plus, I'm going to be in the class Blackboard during the class hours available to you specifically for that class during that time. I'm not going anywhere. And then again, I will be routinely checking in. Say it's a Monday, Wednesday class. I will be checking in throughout the week, even though it's a Monday, Wednesday class. If it's a Tuesday class, I will be checking in Tuesday throughout, not just Tuesday, but throughout the week to see what's going on. Okay. So, subject to your questions, thank you for listening to this. This is not a hard class to do well in, and I am very comfortable that all of you will do well in it if you put in the time and the effort. I can't stress that enough. Thank you much.